This content is for informational purposes only. You should not construe any such information or other material as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Nothing contained on here constitutes a solicitation, recommendation, endorsement, or offer by Draper Goren Holm or any third-party service provider to buy or sell any securities or other financial instruments whatsoever.
Hey everyone, it is me. We are here. Joseph is here too. Say hi, Joseph.
Hey, what's up?
Boom, boom, boom. We're recording.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
I am recording this on the computer now.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Boom. All right. It says it's recording. Boom, 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 boom. I am apparently recording.
The entire bottle of control. They're all exactly the same.
Crypto art, and then what it really is an NFT.
Wow.
Eddie wants to slap the bag.
So this is the next best thing.
DeFi is going to be a bubble.
It's provably scarce.
With Mad Dog.
Crypto, gold, and silver.
Transparent substance.
Take my money, start a war with it.
Without further ado.
Cheers to you, brother.
Get shit done.
Because the system has to collapse before that.
Cheers. I feel much better now.
Cheers.
Wow, that was heavy.
Boom. Welcome to Blockchain and Booze. Oh, I got to do that. Blockchain and Booze number 126. Holy crap. So we've been going, that bottle of Hennessy. Nice. Roshawn, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Bullet Bourbon, some whiskey.
Bullet bourbon?
Yeah.
I ran out my normal whiskey and I had, I think it was Johnny Walker, and I put some Sprite in so that I could cut it a little bit. Blockchain Booze number 126. Really quickly, if you're on one of the live streams, hit meet.blockchainbooze.io and you can chat with the community. You can ask questions, and I'll be keeping an eye in there so that you can do it. If it's your first time there, you'll have to register. I want to thank Lunar Crush for letting us live stream straight to your users. And that just reminded me to retweet the thing. I told Roshawn and Baron about it right before we went live, and I didn't do it myself. And then also Blockchain Radio, who shares this, who's an awesome media partner. And we got a lot to talk about today. I think it's going to be a really good one. First off, it's the first time we've got Baron on. Oh, we want to bring Flip 88 on too. He's backstage.
Oh, what's up?
All right. We got a whole crew now. All right, we surprised guests.
I already know what it is.
You.
What's up, brother, man? What's happening with it?
All right, so we just got started, so this is perfect timing. So first off, it's all three guys' first times on Blockchain and Booze, which is really awesome. I got to hang with Baron a little bit at VCon. That was already a couple months ago now. But I haven't got to meet Roshawn and Flip. Do you go by Flip? What's your real name?
Oh, my real name is Jeremiah. That's the name.
Do you go by Flip?
Yeah, everybody call me Flip, man.
Okay, is that a Metroid poster behind you?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of classic Game Boy stuff. I got a Game Boy. You feel me? I got some Ron English toys.
I'm trying to see. Okay, we'll go to there in a second, but this is cool because Roshawn and Flip were introduced to me by Baron. I think they both got a couple launches coming up, and Baron has some cool new stuff. So I guess let's go first. I think Baron was grabbing a drink, so maybe Roshawn, you go first and tell us. It's Turestrl, right? How you pronounce it?
Yeah.
When Baron texted me, I literally forwarded it to my friend, and I was like, how do you say that? I was like reading it like Turestrl. I was like, did he just like have a typo?
No, I just wanted a clever way to spell it because I feel like even the way the real word is spelled is stupid long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's funny is the second Baron last night said Turestrl, I was like, oh shit, I'm an idiot. Like it was so obvious. So tell us about Turestrl. Tell us about yourself and everything you're working on.
Okay, man. Turestrl is a design firm. I created it while in college, back around like 2011. I've been designing for brands and identities. That's what our focus is. We build brands and identities from like concept to then, full content creation, product, all of that. Got linked up with Barron through a guy named Jared Wells a couple like 2017, and from there we've been creating a lot, building a lot. And then I finally had the opportunity to focus on a lot of my own personal projects, which is Neil and Nace, comic animated series I'm working on. And I'm just trying to focus on building a community-based IP, something different, something more interactive. And that's my whole play with what I'm building.
Very cool. Wait, what's the name of the comic series?
Neil and Nace.
Neil and Ace?
Neil and Nace, yeah.
Oh, okay. Neil and Nace.
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool. Is that some of the art behind you? Who did that art? Is it you? Is it?
Oh yeah, I did all the art. Yeah, all the creations you see. The only things that I didn't create is the 3D sculpts themselves. Like one of the statues here, I didn't do the 3D sculpts. That's Asset Jones.
No way.
Yeah, but these are one of the rules.
It's crazy. I was playing. Some of the crew here, the Blockchain Boost community, got my ape made a hat. I don't think I have a picture of the hat. Oh, here, we made hats with the Bored Ape Hardcore hats for all the folks in the community. This is my ape, and that's like his logo, the BAHC thing. And we made the hats for everyone for Decentraland. And that 3D software, somebody was like, oh yeah, you put it in the 3D software, it's no big deal. And I was like, fuck it, I know how to use Photoshop. It took me like a month to figure out how to make
it. You ain't finna just hop in there like that.
It's crazy.
Ain't no hopping in.
No, it's I'm not a oh cool, yeah. So I mean, we'll get to some questions, Brandon, but feel free to hop in blockchainboost.io and hang with the community, ask questions there. Flip, what's your background? Well, I guess Roshawn, I didn't really ask your background. We talked about it before you came on, but what's the background that got you into all of this and getting into NFTs?
Oh man, cartoons, comics, and my mentor in college, my drawing teacher. He's the one who basically saw like I had like an eye that he kept pointing out to me that I didn't notice. He considered it an aesthetic. He was like, I think you need to really just hone in on that, pay attention to it. And he really changed everything. So like, yeah, that's my real background. And then just coming to LA in itself and just opening myself up to all the different opportunities. Because I like to play with art in a lot of mediums. My degree was in all fine arts. So it's like I like to play in all mediums. You get what I mean? So
yeah.
Just coming out here to LA, getting to dabble, getting to be a service, to cater to so many different brands. I just learned so much to kind of like, now I truly do understand what aesthetic is and what that fully means. What he's trying to show me makes perfect sense now. And now I'm just trying to put it to use,
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think LA, if you, I grew up in LA and everything, but you get older and you start working with people and you realize like, it's a destination for really talented people, but then there's so much creative stuff going on that you don't realize if you're like, maybe a computer nerd like me. And I got a job at MySpace back in the day. And basically like every single person who wanted to work there was like connected to art.
That's still epic,
right? Like I was in a punk band while working in my cubicle while some other dude was doing some other thing. And we were all using like the office equipment to like print our flyers and to work on our shit and do whatever. Everyone's an artist, right? And it's freaking awesome. Flip, what's your background?
So I'm a metaverse architect. I build out virtual environments, 3D assets, virtual worlds and stuff like that.
So you're the one we got a call to make the 3D stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Straight up.
I'm gonna put you in a headlock. I have so many things we got to do.
Yeah, we can make some cool shit. I mean,
we can do whatever we want.
So I used to work for architecture and engineering companies as a 3D modeler, designing out like buildings and stuff like that. So in order for a building to exist, you gotta create a 3D model to generate like your construction documents and stuff. So I was building those things out, decided to start making my own buildings, and then this metaverse space came where I could design buildings that were never going to exist in real life. Like I could design environments, interiors, and stuff like that. So Nah, I've been rocking with that for a second, and then met BD and designed him an office and stuff like that. And we've been rocking together, and then met Turestrl and everything. So we got this with MTU. We co-founded MTU, and now like we just got this cold collective of different creators that create in different mediums and everything like that. And just the ability to feed off each other's creativity, as opposed to working in silos. As creators, I think we're super used to, like, I make silos, like I made this my creative workspace to sit here and I can just go all day by myself. But it's something to be said about collaborating and being able to feed off of other artists and creatives and stuff like that. So that's how More Than Us became. And yeah, I'm super glad to just be able to stand alongside of creatives like Turestrl, BD, Alex Yake, Nishan, all like they make music. Felipe, Monty, just everybody.
I was talking to Baron a little bit last night, and we were talking about LA Blockchain Summit coming up November 1st through 3rd. That's our event, and we're going to try to come up with all sorts of stuff. I know there's a space out on Jefferson, not too far from downtown, but we also have the convention center downtown, and we're going to be tapping you guys and a bunch of the artists to do some cool stuff at the event. So we're going to have some fun. What's some of the latest sort of metaverse stuff you're doing? And by the way, Baron, if you're listening, I know you went to grab a drink, you turned off your camera, but if you're listening, we need to get your you're here. Okay, cool. You got it. Cheers. What is that? It's like lemon lavender. Oh, canna. Is that
that's drink can? That's a cannabis infused beverage tonic. And it's delicious. How about that? You get the buzz without the hangover.
Nice. Oh, you got the uptime.
I got some uptime over here. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna throw out here. If you're listening, we had a half baked that project on the show. Was it last week or the week before? A bunch of the crew has been minting them, and if you mint the right one, you get to license your ape or your mutant to go on the cannabis brand. I think Baron's mutant needs to get onto some cannabis drink. Didn't hear Half Baked say anything about a drink. Here we go, guys. We gotta make it happen. I know you got a mutant, right?
I do have a mutant.
So Baron, let's get your background really quick before we jump in. I think everyone kind of already knows you from basketball and knows your background. You know, the public persona, but you're also an investor. You're also in this space very early. You're also wearing a soccer jersey, so I have to know what jersey that is. But give everyone your background, because I know in LA Tech, your name has been floating around for a long time as being an early stage investor also. And we talked about investing in some deals yesterday. So, oh, that's funny. Jeremy Foreman, one of our community members, said that they made a suggestion for Baron to get involved on the half-baked smoke session, I think. Whatever that was. I don't know. But Baron, aside from basketball, everyone look that up. If you don't know Baron from basketball, look it up. It's easy to find. But give your background on investing.
Yeah, so I started investing when I was about 22, 23. I learned as an athlete that, investing in myself was probably the best thing that I can do, because I needed to have like a skill set or a talent outside of basketball. And so that gave me the ability to playing basketball gave me the ability to be an investor.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No worries. You get access early, but you also have the cash to be able to invest in a way nobody that's
and it was like, you wanted to learn investing, you wanted to learn brands, you wanted to learn how corporate entities function, and I got lucky when I was 22 to be able to invest in vitamin water and to see that from, a Series C to Series A all the way to an exit. And so that kind of like start, getting my appetite wet for looking at companies, being hungry for, just proving that someone could, in my space, with the right teaching, with the right connections, figure out a way to do it my way.
Yeah.
And so with that, we've, I would say over the last 10 years, we've invested over 150 companies. We're at about a 90% graduation rate for all companies in our rounds. We've had about 6 exits. We've had 2 companies go public, right? And so now it's like, all right, while all of that is happening, how can I take the same strategy and idea and start investing into people who look like me, who are, probably experiencing the same struggles as it was for me to raise a fund for people to trust that I could make the right deals. Why don't I just start now taking, the next wave of resources and investing in, talented people that I can align myself with as a creator, right? And then strategically, just build a business and build a company where we not only, it's not representation, it's like this holistic management opportunity of all for one for all, right? And, thinking about, what we're building now with More Than Us, it was like, Roshawn, Flip, Josh, all these people sold, it's like, I'm just the person out here just talking all the goddamn time. You know what I mean? But they're the one. They're the one.
I resemble
doing the
that
work,
comment.
They're doing the work, and I think it's, it's just exactly what we are. We're equal. Everybody's has this entrepreneurial spirit, but we all like to, feast together, strategize together, think together, and I think that's what makes, our business, kind of take off like it's been doing, in the 8 months that we've been able to form this. And so we went from, 0 followers and 0 members and people following us to about 500 members, you know what I mean? And people that are affiliated with us. I've been happy to be a champion of, this company and a brand, because I believe in, what Turestrl is doing with Neil and Nays. Flip is my co-founder, and so I don't think that there's a better metaverse architect, out here. You know what I'm saying? And so, we are products of our culture, products of our environment, and we want to be able to be the people to change that narrative, right? Break that barrier, and then show, how well we can scale and succeed with an inclusive eye, right? And so we haven't really seen that, in America, in culture, in a global society. Nobody's thinking about inclusivity, because we are who we are. We all look the same. It's easy for us to adopt the mentality of we want more people that are different than us. You know what I mean? And so, for More Than Us, we're everywhere. There's so many of us from so many backgrounds. You know what I mean? And the fact that we actually get to build something where, togetherness is at the core, community is at the core, understanding is at the core, and then all of those people champion, artists and projects, and, just getting excited for Neil and Nay's project that's dropping. Flip is headed to NearCon, with what he's doing with Rehydrate. And, if you think about a year from now, we were all sitting here at Slick Studios at the More Than Us campus, and we didn't even know what that shit meant. You know what I mean? And so now, we get to be on shows like this, Alon, with you, boozing, and with a community of people that's just like, we all want change, right? There's this whole mentality of, everybody's in it for for all the right reasons. And we want to identify those people. We don't want the snakes, the vultures, the people who are misguiding and misleading. And so that's why we are museum curators and curators of culture, and really, allowing ourselves to open that pathway for everybody that we see.
I love it. I mean, it's what drove. I think that was the original promise of the blockchain, and then there's these random other things that come in. Right, I came from crowdfunding, and the whole point of crowdfunding and why we built that technology, like now 12, 14, 15 years ago, was this sort of like the no borders, no nations kind of idea of like, if I want to raise money from my own community, because I grew up in the back of an auto parts shop. My parents are immigrants. That's the local business my dad created, right? And I grew up in the back, and I was like, what if my dad wanted to expand, if you want to go to his clients and raise just a few $1,000s, like it would have been impossible without some kind of cohesiveness. We wanted to build this. It didn't really work because of the US regulations took a huge wet blanket on the whole thing and really screwed us. But the blockchain came out, you started meeting people around the world. You started meeting Americans who were going like, I talk to people all the time, and I hear like a Midwest accent or whatever, and I go, hey, where are you? And they're like, I'm in Singapore, I'm in Thailand, I'm in this. And it's like, well, it's because they just needed to get out of the US because the regulation, whatever, or it's 2022. It doesn't matter where you are anymore. It doesn't matter, none of that stuff. And the promise of the blockchain making it everyone be able to have access, this idea is just so strong and so important. And I know we get bogged down by the sort of the prices of Bitcoin or tokens or whatever, and then there's this whole kind of bro-y, financy mentality, and then you go to raise a fund, or I go to raise a fund, and I didn't go to Stanford. I didn't. I wasn't. My dad doesn't have his name on a building. Whatever. Like those things make a big difference when you go and try to do these things. And not to say that I don't have advantages over a lot of people growing up in Southern California versus somewhere else or whatever. But it's the blockchain space is meant to be that kind of place where everyone should be able to do their thing. And I think we got lucky in that the last year, NFTs and things, and the more artsy kind of letting your freak flag fly and doing whatever weird thing you just want to do because it's the thing you want to do can kind of fly now in space. Like, I don't know, like Roshawn, could you have made your art and tried to compete with, Marvel even a year ago versus today?
No, exactly. Yeah, that's my point. And like, and then again, like even Marvel being so tight knit on like its creators, I feel like the world, like to add to what you're saying, the world opened up so much that it's like it's so communal that even just entertainment has changed. Like people want some type of way in, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what I'm trying to do with my comic, give a way in where now they can now create a comic where they can make their new NFT or Peloton more stronger than my own that I created, which is Neil and Nace. They could become more popular within the NFT process,
Tell me
and
about
that's why I was just
Yeah, tell me about
Okay,
Turestrl.
yeah,
Is it
so-
like a PFP style project? I know you were talking about the comics. Like, how's it going to work? Like, and when's
It's
the?
going
I
to be
know
more
the
DAO based, honestly. It's going to be more DAO based in a sense where the community is going to make all the decisions. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the main characters as of right now for the comic are Neil and Nace. But once you mint your Peloton and name it, the name is permanent attached to that Peloton, and you're going to be able to build its value through either getting it written into the story or however you creatively add to the community.
Do I own
And then
the
since it's
IP
dynamic,
rights?
we're even going to stamp them. Yeah, you do own IP rights. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, I'm a big fan of that.
It's not like a Bored Ape. It's like a little bit more intricate than a Bored Ape because you actually have like some kind of like model format control. You know what I mean?
Punk Ape Strong says, "How dare you?"
Sorry, I'm just saying,
I love it. So tell me more about these. They're called Pelotons.
Pelotons, yeah. The planet where they're all from is Planet Palette. So I named the palette just kind of off of just like, paint palettes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Different color palettes. Yeah, because the whole thing is truly art based. So it's like they're trying to save their planet from the comic storyline is they're trying to save their planet from invaders that they allowed in because they're nice people. They're trying to allow them into the planet, but then they brought their technology that actually made people lazy when they needed them to be creative to maintain the ecosystem. So you're there. So now, as you buy into this platform, you're now having to find a way to maintain creativity. You get what I'm saying? Not let the dull moment take over. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's
I give people shit if they own an ape or they own something where they own the IP and they don't do anything with it, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Picture, like, if you don't name your ape, like you got to name it, you've got to have a story, you've got to have something. We've got our good friend Reaper who drew the bodies. Like this is Mike Shinoda. He was on the show. This is his ape we created. Okay. We forced him to name it on the show. His name now is Board Shinoda, right? He got him the spray cans, the right brand, the spray cans, the right NPC, and now he's got it, right? Jason the ape likes to smoke, right? We got we got every ape. We forced them to come up with a story, right? They got going on.
They got to some got to tell a story.
Exactly, and I love that. So you're kind of part of the equation is. The whole point is to be more active in community.
Yeah, the whole point is to be more active. The real point is like I one of the voids I find is like a lot of creators are very creative but don't have their own personal IP to kind of create off of. They all kind of like mimicking, redrawing Batman in a creative way, repainting. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like why not buy into an IP where now you can utilize your creativity the right way?
I can be creative, right? But I'm never gonna be as good of an artist as you. I'm a mediocre artist, right? So but I'd love to take that ape, right? And now I've got something and I can do something with it, or I pay somebody who's a better artist to make a different version of him or whatever, right? Or I grab a friend like Reaper and go, hey, let's work together on making some cool derivatives, right? So
exactly.
And then Flip, does this connect into the metaverse, or is the metaverse project sort of a separate thing from Turestrl?
I mean, we have metaverse. We'll build metaverse. Simulations or environments for any project that is within our ecosystem.
Exactly.
So, once Turestrl, once Nil and Ace gets to a certain point to where they want to launch their own worlds and these virtual experiences and everything.
For Pod Labs.
Turestrl he already know what it is to create and everything, and then don't take
the road got like 18 steps into the roadmap already planned. It's not if, it's when.
Straight up, and I perceive that's my contribution to the Web3 space. All of these people, they release these collections, they promise metaverses in their roadmaps, but they figure that like if we get enough money, we just make a metaverse, or that it's easy. Like once you like sell out a collection, finding the talent and skill set to actually produce a metaverse and a workable one and everything that your community can enjoy, and a roadmap to like walking them in. Yeah, that's why it ends up being a year and a half later and people still don't have metaverses and stuff like that. So I think my contribution is always to empower creatives that have these collections and everything like that to easily create worlds and stuff for them that their IP can exist in. And even I'm pretty sure Turestrl will agree with this. Like even the holders of his projects, if they want their own individual worlds and stuff like that, like they can get creative since they own their own IP. They can get creative. They can find someone like me,
and have access.
Yeah, exactly, and design out their own worlds and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm always of access to the creatives that are within the MTU ecosystem to be able to assist in whatever way I can when it comes to technology, metaverse, 3D assets, how these things interact, gamified experiences and stuff like that.
Yeah, we when Baron comes back on, I'll jump into some of the stuff we talked about yesterday. But terrestrial. When's the terrestrial drop? I know that there's a launch coming soon. Oh,
yeah. The phase 1 first 50, I'm dropping on the 1st. Yeah.
On the 1st, so we got a week.
Yeah,
a week exactly.
Hell yeah. So where do you have a place to go for that? Can I share?
Yeah, I'm minting directly from the site, so neelandnage.io.
Yeah. Okay. Can you in the private chat on our thing on the right side type in the URL, and then I'll post it into everywhere. Baron, we talked about metaverse yesterday. We talked about streaming also and some things. Do you want to talk about the streaming right now? Should we save it for another day and talk more metaverse?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me this episode was, just to talk more about MTU. That's why I go off screen when Flip and Roshawn talk, because it's more about them. You know what I mean? Alon, I can do this every week with you if you want.
Let's do it. We're gonna go. I don't normally partake in the cannabis stuff, but maybe that'll be the blockchain and something else next week. I don't know.
That's what BD means right there.
We're gonna hang. Also, Flip, you're based in LA also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna all do a hang session soon then. But okay, we got a week. I just shared the neelandnace.io to here. One of the things timed one of our community members throughout there. Yeah, you do own your IP of your what are they called? Pelotons. So that's really rad. So Daniel just posted in the chat blockchain and bonds. I was thinking blockchain and blunts, but I don't know anything, to be honest.
No, man, we have a brand called Personal Stash, which actually partnered with Neil and Nays. And so we have a comic book coming out with Neil and Nays that talks about a little origin story around Personal Stash. And when the Pelotons, when they went back to Planet, they actually scanned one of our smoke out parties.
Yeah.
And so Personal Stash got a presence with Neil and Dave. So
yeah, they do.
So I love that stuff. So we talked about it a little bit yesterday too, is, there's so many brands and there's startup brands. I think that the smaller brands actually are benefiting more than just remember Arizona Iced Tea bought an ape, and they threw it out there, tried to get some love from the community. Actually, there was somebody just did a partnership with their IP for Bored Apes with M&M's launch.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's crazy.
But I think the big opportunity is smaller brands and people who really take advantage of it, because I think they could kind of grow orders of magnitude larger instead of it's not like just a marketing campaign or a thing, right?
Yeah. And to me, it just gets to a point where larger companies kind of get to a point where they get templated out in a sense. And I feel like that's where the innovation of the smaller companies kind of win in this space, because innovation is kind of what's needed here. Constant innovation, not more like a template system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the smaller ones will do riskier stuff. Will do cooler
exactly.
Stuff.
That's what I mean.
They'll have the guts to really, utilize it for what it's worth, not just not just a marketing campaign. One nerd like us happens to be in the marketing group of some company, and they go let's partner with some NFTs, and they go whatever. You don't give it real love.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Baron?
No, I was agreeing with what you were saying.
I mean, so you. I know you do. We were talking about a lot of stuff with athletes and pro sports too, and your space in LA. Do you want to talk about the space at all?
Yeah, man. The great thing about our space is I can show you, because I love walking. Can I show the people?
Yeah. Hold on, I think I can make you bigger too if we want. Here, hold on.
So here's our studio where we do our podcast. I shoot my show.
Oh, cool.
Here's the recording studio. Dudes are in here cooking up.
Nice. You got.
And so for us,
Mr. Yates in there.
Shout out to my people at Edge LA and NFT LA Shout out to LA Blockchain, because now we're starting to build a space where, for us on Fridays, we have our thinking greets, and it's really a utility-based membership club, right? That allows people to come in, think with us, strategize on projects, right? And then we work on other people's NFTs.
Yeah. That's
So here's
awesome.
our
And
board.
by the way, for everyone watching, we were talking about LA blockchains. And,
Nina
there it
Nation.
is. There it is.
There
I love
it is.
And
We
then
were
this
talking
is
about
Bart,
LA Blockchain
Team
Summit in
Bart
November. The
Bart
opening
Oatmeal.
night party is going to be on Halloween. We're thinking potentially, we'll figure out some details, but we're thinking closing night party might be there. So
look, we got you, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Basketball court. We love this blockchain. We love the blockchain community, the Web3 community, and our
I'm challenging Flip to a one-on-one match.
Oh no! Don't do that. You better off challenging BD at this point, bro.
No,
oh
shit!
Hey, I like how we
around
did.
here.
What you talking about? Papa shot? Yeah, you don't want it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't good at playing that. I wasn't that good at basketball when I was at my peak. So,
man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Allen, I got the Papa shot right here for you, bud.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Flip.
I think I still got the high score on there.
No, Craig
No, you
Smith,
don't, bro.
the Rhino. He got 221.
No, somebody put a kid in there and just put their hand in front of the
That's right.
No, man.
Shit. What was that? I'm looking. Hey, everyone, I'm going to reset this thing real quick. Anybody who's on the live stream, I see a ton of you on the Lunar Crush live stream on YouTube. Go to meet.blockchainbooze.io, or actually, we need to change this graphic. It's just blockchainbooze.io. We'll redirect you right here. You can hang with us in the chat back here, and you can throw out any questions or whatever if you want, and I can ask the boys. So, we've got so many different things we could talk about in terms of metaverses and projects. Flip, real quick, are you walking around on that screen in one of the places you built?
Oh, that's the Planet Rehydrate. So Rehydrate is a single player metaverse focused on mindfulness, meditation, well-being in the metaverse. That's what I'll be in Lisbon for NearCon. We're doing a activation there. Near supported the project, so it'll be coming out later on, maybe like in October. And yeah, so it's still in development, but we'll have the Pod Labs as the marketplace that'll be sold on. And yeah, we're working on it now. But yeah, it's a photorealistic world. You get your own entire world. It's beautiful, man.
It is beautiful. So that's why I brought it up, because a lot of folks too right now. It's funny. Keep looking at myself. I look like I spiked my hair or something because I was wearing a hat earlier. Like I feel like I'm like 16 years old again with gel in my hair, but I'm not.
Yeah, you got that mousse.
Yeah, that's right. The mousse. I don't know about you, but I had hair for mousse. But it's funny. I saw a lot of people talking shit the last few days because of the Bored Apes got avatars in the sandbox, and they're used to the sort of more photorealistic. Let's fix this, and then when Baron hops back in, I can throw him on. But the photorealistic, video game style graphics and stuff like that, and then the sort of lo-fi graphics was bothering people. I kind of thought it was cool, right? It's just a different style, but people were unhappy about it. How do you feel about these metaverses and the graphics and the processing?
Me personally, I love seeing art transcend different mediums. So that's my favorite thing. I like seeing how like lines change, but you still get the same feeling. I love seeing like characters go from like regular animation to anime style. So I guess I'm off of that. I kind of like that.
I don't.
See, that's what was funny. I was arguing with somebody on Twitter because they're like, "This is bullshit. Look at this thing. Like, it's supposed to get better." Like, what's funny is every once in a while I see something in 3D and I'm like, "That's not as cool as the original." And then everybody else is like, "What are you talking about? It's like high def now."
Yeah. See.
No. Well, me as a world builder, I've never been a fan of building voxelated worlds or environments or something. And that's not to say that they don't have a space in this metaverse space, but like at some point we had to graduate from what those places look like. And you were always limiting people and their assets to look like that. So kudos to Yuga Labs and the other side for providing a medium that photorealistic avatars, photorealistic things can exist in. They're not the only ones developing worlds like that. Like none of the things that I develop are voxelated environments. All of them are photorealistic, but just with the way technology is right now and where we're at with technology, you do have the opportunity to design in a photorealistic way. You do face different challenges and everything like that, and certain people aren't up to those challenges, so they kind of take the easy way out. I believe people sacrifice. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, like but what's funny is I turn the corner a little bit because I love the like going into a game and going like, holy shit, it looks like real life, or like, look at those graphics, like this is crazy, especially growing up the way we did, right? You got the Game Boy behind you, and so we don't want to go back to Game Boy, right? We want to go to high def. But what's funny is I've been playing Roblox with my kids.
There you go.
I was about this.
They got you. They got you.
That's what I was about to say.
I got sucked into some of those games, but I think that there's something about the lo-fi where your imagination kind of gets to fill in the gaps.
It's kind of like original film with that magic wall that makes it even. It's like I feel like there's a place for both that like we both need. Absolutely. But that's why I said I like seeing them in both worlds. I love seeing both worlds. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you're restricted too high from one, like the imagination, like in the photorealistic, imagination is kind of taken away. You can get really creative, but it feels so real that it's still not it doesn't feel like in a dream state. While when you go to like the voxelated or kind of like different aesthetics, you can get more in a state of like surrealness that I love.
Well, I feel like initially because everybody's goal was to get the most people to buy land, most people to experience their world inside of the metaverse, it wasn't a balance to it. Everybody was trending in one direction because they were forced to be limited because they wanted so many people in there. They wanted people to buy land. They wanted people to socially interact in these spaces. So they sacrificed quality. And they got creative in the way that they design lo-fi environments and everything like that.
But it's like there's a certain thing of like when you're limited, like when you sacrifice one thing, you got to make up for it. Because if like Roblox had the shit graphics, but the game also sucked, you'd never play. But like the game mechanics and like the other things have to be you got to double down on them. Be really, really thoughtful because you don't have graphics that like, I don't know, like California is beautiful, but like we walk around some of our cities and it's kind of a shithole. And I think that we get away with it because it's so beautiful. You have the beach and the politicians don't do what's right.
But I think it's something to be said about when you have beauty, quality, and creativity.
You can have it all.
You can't beat that. Yeah, when you got it all, you feel me?
Did you see the Bored Ape, the demo of the other side?
Where everybody jumped off that cliff?
That's right. We all jumped off a cliff together.
Yeah, I mean,
a metaphor for something.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Terestrial about it. He'll probably say something nice.
Look.
I want to hear the shit.
I mean, once again, when you have that many people inside of an environment, you are sacrificing something.
Yeah.
Like our technology is not to the point where you can have that many people somewhere and it looks like Ready Player One. We do have the ability, the technology to create very high photorealistic environments and stuff and let people operate in. It just can't be with 5,000 people in there at once, 1,000 people in there at once.
But it was also impressive being a techie and a nerd. It was also impressive knowing that it was all in the browser and I didn't have to download anything.
Yes.
That was
Just
going back to those MySpace days, right? Like playing like the Farmville and shit was a technological feat just like 10, 12 years ago. Now look at where we are. I can imagine what you're going to be building in 10 years.
Yeah. No, you have to give credit for every incremental step that leads us to the inevitable place that we're going with the metaverse. So I'll never take away credit from the Decentralands, Crypto Voxels, Axie Infinity, Sandboxes, the other sides and everything. But let's keep trending in the right direction. Let's keep pushing the envelope and everything and coming out with better and better products as we continue developing. Where we'll be in 8 months, 10 months, 16, 18 months is so crazy when it comes to the metaverse.
Just in general, like, so I joked about being at MySpace back in the day. The job I got after that was at IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and they're owned by Amazon. And when I started working there, it was for a group that basically you submitted your film to film festivals, and the filmmakers were pissed because we switched formats, and to submit your film to a film festival, you had to upload it to the internet. This is like not like 20 years ago. This is like, I don't know, 8, 9 years ago. And they were like, we're artists. You're going to put our piece of art on this internet where it's crappy and pixelated. Like, I'm a cinematographer. I'm fucking Tom Hanks or whatever the hell. I'm Steven Spielberg. Like the Steven Spielberg production company couldn't upload to our website because they didn't have a high enough internet speed. They brought their computer to our office and had a security guard standing next to it to upload their movie to the internet, right? And Netflix didn't exist. The streaming part of Netflix didn't exist yet. YouTube, you could watch shit, but it was pixelated, and that's why everyone was pissed. And like, cut to today, like, I don't know anyone who has a cable TV, like a TV connected to the cable. We all just access it through the internet now. Yep. And it's so just think about this as like V1, right? What are we going to be doing in a year? This is crazy. So we still got like 5-10 minutes. Baron, Bart, you're muted. You brought this crew together. You're bringing a huge. You said there's 500 members of the crew now.
There's about 500 of us that consider themselves more than us. I would say the size of our company, we went from about 4 or 5 to now about 15. And now it's time to start dropping projects, because we really wanted to focus on having utilities for the communities that we're going to build, right? And so we did not want to wait and sell people a bill of goods. We wanted to actually listen and learn and come up with the best use cases. And then, provide that experiential, whether we're at, LA Blockchain in partnership, whether we're at NFT LA in partnership, right? NFT Singapore, NFT New York, right? But it's like, we really want to, like, here in Los Angeles, hone in on really just bringing an inclusive network of talent, makers, programmers, you know what I mean? Game developers, multi-hyphenate creatives, right? And, just letting everybody be themselves. You like to smoke weed, you can smoke weed. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? We just, we know that when you come with us, it's super, it's like uniting the superpowers, right?
It's, The last time we had, no, it might not have been the last one, maybe the time before. So about 4 years or so ago, one of the first most innovative people in the NFT space is a kid named Ken Bozak. I don't know if you guys know him, right? But he's a stoner. I've never done a live stream I've never seen anyone smoke so much weed in my life. And I love this man. He's one of my favorite people in the space. So go to crypto conferences, call out the scammers to their face. He's got huge huevos, right? Like this guy is awesome. And he was at our conference and security tried to kick him out because they thought he was just some random straggler at the convention. Had to chase them down, right? And this guy was into NFTs 4, 5, 6 years ago. I was in Miami. It was way pre-COVID. It was probably 4 years ago.
He drew him himself, right?
An NFT off of him for $4.20. Like
he drew him himself, right?
What was that?
He drew his NFTs himself, right?
Yeah, he's done some like that, but this was like very early. His name is Ken Bozak. He's a cool kid. He does a lot of streaming and stuff like that. He's got Bitcoin tattoos and Splinterland tattoos. He's hardcore. But what's crazy is that like people were looking at him, right? The security thought he was, just wandering into our conference, right? Like how could a guy like that be able to find us?
Tell him to holler at us. He fit right in.
That's the whole point, right? That's what made me fall in love with the fact that like I can take my ape and he could post stupid obscure punk references on the internet because it makes me happy. And there's probably some other nerds like me on the internet that are into that thing.
I'm all over here.
That's it.
MCU.
Exactly.
All nerds. All weirdos.
But that's the thing is everyone
that's
grew up
exactly what we are
in their own thing.
No, I mean, shit. Flipping Roshawn to tell you, I'm only speaking about myself. I don't really have like the nerd technical skills, but
Flip, you got to comment on that hoodie, by the way. You're the only one wearing a hoodie, so this had to be for you.
Oh, I got a cookies hoodie on. Okay, somebody a fan of the cookies, huh?
Flippers between him and Roshawn, they always dressed up, super fresh.
No, man.
Yeah, I'm the t-shirt all day every day guy. But I was the only punk rocker of my whole crew of people that didn't have tattoos, that didn't dress all the weird things. So everyone was making fun of me because I was just wearing like a white t-shirt and jeans. And everybody else all black, all tattoos, all mohawks, all leather jackets, and I'm just like, what's up, guys? That's just I was the computer nerd, right? I was the one.
What was the name of your band?
And starting the record label, printing the 7-inch records, and doing all that. So guys, we're running out of time, and I want everyone to give at least one plug of a place to follow you, where to go, and then we're gonna have to. We'll share next week. We'll definitely remind everyone about the terrestrial drop, and we'll make sure that we'll send it to the newsletter and everything else. Shit, it didn't load. This would have been a funny thing to show you guys. For those of you who are hanging and following along with what I was doing on the Tesla blockchain, Punk Ape Strong dropped something in your wallet very, very late last night. So check it out. And you might think it's complete nonsense, but start thinking about it because it might be a hint at what his next drop is actually going to be. Mm-hmm. And when I say drop, it might actually be a physical thing in real life. I don't know. You're going to have to find out.
Hey, Alon, Turestrl, actually, what was the name of your band?
Oh, shit. Turestrl, you were in a band?
No, I said, what was the name of your band?
Oh, what was the name of my band? Oh, shit. It was a punk. I was in a punk band called California Redemption.
No,
that's hard.
Yeah, the logo was a fist holding a hand.
Some records, hey, send me the records. Send me some records. I'm gonna have to chop it up and make some beats to it.
That would be sick. You know what?
That would be hard.
So my cousin had turntables, and he was into hip hop. So we'd go around LA to the different hip hop shows, and then I'd force him to come with me to the punk rock shows. And so I'd end up in all sorts of weird places. But we would make, I got to find it. And hopefully we still have it. We have a computer at my parents' house that probably has hours of recordings of us making beats and rapping this stuff in my parents' garage with all sorts of, whoever was over would come over. And we called that band Sedimentary Rock. But we never actually did anything real there. We might have had.
I like that name better.
Yeah, that's a way better name.
Yeah.
All the layers, right? Sedimentary Rock.
I got a double entendre there.
Let's restart that band. I'll get Yoni. He's into NFTs. We'll get him. He's in New York. He's in Brooklyn. We'll get him making some art again. Jeremy, if Punk Ape Strong didn't drop anything new. No, you gave me a Tezos address. You got it. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm gonna have to call Jeremy tomorrow. So Roshawn, why don't we start with you? Turestrl, where is the best place to follow you? Actually, we had that link earlier, neilanace.io.
Yeah, neilanace.io. And all social media is everything Turestrl, TURESTRL.
Cool. Flip, where do we follow you?
Hey, I'm trying to get my Twitter up. So y'all follow me on Twitter, 88__ideas.
88__ideas.
Yep, the 88. Other than that, you can follow me on most of my content is on Instagram at life.of.flip. You feel me? With period. So life of flip with periods in between. I'm gonna show y'all my favorite toy.
Oh, I want to see that.
Oh,
that's the Kim Jong-un.
Where did you get it, bro?
Yeah.
That's hard.
That's funny, bro. Where did you grab that?
Yeah, no, it's sitting somewhere on my shelf, bro. This fire.
What is that?
It's Kim Jong. This is Kim Jong Un, right? Or
he got a rocket. A rocket.
Yeah, he got a rocket and a skull, like a skull with the world on the bottom of it.
That's
and
dope.
he got like a crybaby face with like a baby little bonnet on his head. They calling him a crybaby. They ain't just crybaby.
Oh, what is it made out of, bro? Is that like?
I have nothing to do with Flip.
Plastic joint.
Don't record.
I never met him before.
Nothing to do with Flip. Making fun of people. Pushing people in high power positions.
I didn't make the toy.
That's why I was laughing so hard. Flip is hilarious.
MTU. Look, we don't want.
So we got Baron at Baron Davis. But what's the best? Where's the best place for people to follow along with everything that you're building?
Oh, I would say at More Than Us NFT on Twitter, at More Than Us NFT on Instagram. We're gonna be dropping More Than Us access passes, membership passes, and then our marketplace. I would also say follow Bart Oatmeal, the legend. The legend is Bart Oatmeal. So I'm going to be releasing the oatmeals and probably sometime in late October around the NBA season. And some of our music oatmeals we're going to be releasing in the next few weeks or so.
Oh, awesome.
Well, yeah, man, I appreciate you. I'm ready to come
everybody's asking. I mean, everybody's asking when collab with Punk Ape Strong.
Let's do it, man. We can do a song. Let's do a song. Let's do a song with Bart Oatmeal.
I'll play the part.
I gotta send you some oatmeal stickers, man. You got all the Bored Apes. You need some oatmeals.
We do. We gotta get
Valentine's.
I'm following Bart now, so we gotta find all this stuff. Flip, I just followed you. Roshawn, I'm about to follow you. What's your Twitter again? Or it's a Turestrl?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And everybody, we're gonna what did you just say? Somebody just told me to shut up. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I'm stoked. This was Blockchain Booze number 126. Shit, you guys really opened up a can of worms in the chat by asking me what the name of my band was. And this is going to be
I knew it was going to be a problem. I had to figure it out.
And
Appreciate you, Flippo.
we're now. So thank you, Roshawn. Thank you, Flip. Thank you, Baron. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna definitely have you guys back and keep us updated on every drop. And cheers.
Cheers. I gotta open up another drink messing with you.